All right, so the first one's from Chris Karcher, and the subject is NXT UK. What it do, fellas? After almost falling asleep 3 times watching AEW Saturday night, these promotions have to chill with these shows going till midnight for the sake of us non-millennials who actually drink beer. I sat down Sunday and watched Walter versus Tyler Bate. I was beyond impressed with the presentation of how this match was put together. I was expecting the typical unrealistic bullshit big guy versus small guy match, but only counted 2 moves, and if it were a real fight, there's no chance Walter is letting Bate do that to him. My only other criticism is that I think Walter utilizes chops too often. Was wondering if you agreed. Tyler Bate is a typical small Irishman who, if I see at a bar talking to my girl, I try to fight him and probably get dropped in 3 punches before I knew it happened. Meanwhile, Walter is the guy at the bar where if he bumps into you and calls you a homosexual, my response would be, "You're absolutely right. I'm sorry." These guys sold their asses off for 40 minutes and had a tremendous, yet not overdone, pace to the match, which left me on the edge of my seat. My question is, do you think that they should have had this rematch the night NXT goes head-to-head with AEW? I don't think AEW could match this with anything on their roster, and the majority of wrestling fans would choose to watch NXT if they advertised kicking off the show with this rematch. Thoughts, comments, concerns? I love the content you guys provide weekly. The last thing we need is another 3-hour show of a bunch of marks reviewing only the past week of wrestling.
Yeah,
where's Huvie?
I hate those shows.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, those UK guys, they're far more skilled than the American guys because they learn more wrestling than high flying stuff. You know, when they're being trained. You know, and then they learn the details. Like if you've ever I remember at the school one day, me and Regal rolled around for
British. It's called British style.
Yeah, and it is a style, you know, because they literally could it's 2 British guys
had a
wrestling
round system, remember?
Yeah, so 2 British guys wrestle each other looks really cool because,
right.
But sometimes I wrestled with Regal for an hour straight one day at the power plant, and it was like I say, that was your first hour, you know, and we just basically we're just out there just doing everything, and I'm like,
let me tell you, Regal was great at facials. He was great at selling. He was great at wrestling. He was great on the mic. And I also like to say that one of my favorite vignettes of all time was A Man's Man.
Yeah, he's a man. Just
remember?
A man.
He'd be shaving with a razor. Yes. And then he had like a forklift.
Right.
Do you remember? And squeezing his own orange juice?
Squeezing his own orange juice. He had like a construction hat on.
Yeah.
Do you remember
like a construction guy though?
When he was?
Yeah, I don't. But the original comment that should they put? I don't care. Who knows what? That's not going to be like the ratings war.
Let me tell you,
putting one match on. You know,
but let me just say one thing. I like both Walter and Tyler Bate, but you wouldn't put that because nobody knows who they are. But you could put that as a match on NXT where they could really get over to a large fan base. But I'd have somebody else to draw the attention to that show. You know what I'm saying? So they had more of a name.
And
the next,
I don't go out of my way too much to watch too much wrestling anymore. Like I'll watch some stuff with my dad, whatever. But I have
That's
heard
good since you're in the wrestling industry.
I know, right?
And you're on a whole bunch of wrestling podcasts.
But I have heard great things about the Cesaro match and this match with Walter and Tyler Bate. So I might actually go out of my way to watch NXT
I want to
UK.
see the Cesaro match.
Yeah.
Okay.